Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Militado ML06. Start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Islander ISL 248 with the Miyota 9075 True Travelers GMT movement. And Grogu is wearing my Wish Do It 9936. Grogu asked Boba Fett how his effort to win back his wife Hera of Troith was doing. He said it wasn't going very well. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't penetrate the Troith shields. So he made a giant artificial bantha and hid inside with Fennec Shand and left it outside of the Troith gate, hoping they would bring it in. But stupid Admiral Akbar was visiting and he kept screaming, "It's a trap! It's a trap!" Alright, let's take a look at the watch. It comes in this Militado case. Militados seem to either come in this case, or I have another one that came in this case. Personally, I prefer this case, but there's nothing wrong with this one. And here is the watch. Isn't that a nice looking watch? I like it. Sure looks a lot like a Black Bay 58, which is the point, of course. I've reviewed quite a few Militados on my channel. I had already reviewed 2 Militados, which I purchased through AliExpress. When last May, they reached out to me, offered me a watch for their new Militado website for a 50% discount in exchange for a review. Well, they must have been happy with that arrangement, as I was able to purchase this ML06 for half off also. I consider 50% to be a big enough discount that I went ahead and used the sponsored content flag. This ML06 is an homage to the Tudor Black Bay 58, complete with riveted bracelet. At the $150 range, that puts it below San Martin, about on par with Thorn, and well above Bulgarian design. This is the first Militado I've had that is actually signed, as most don't even have the logo on it. This watch comes in 3 different colorways. The one they sent me has a black dial with white hands and markers and a gray bezel. You can also get black dial with gilt hands and markers and a burgundy bezel, or a black dial with gilt hands and markers and a black bezel. You can also get the black bezel version with a 6 o'clock date. You cannot get a date with the other 2 colorways. Unfortunately, there is no blue option. The watch is 38.7 millimeters if you measure at the bezel, and the bezel just barely overhangs the case. It's 46.5 millimeters lug to lug with inverted end links. It's 13.2 millimeters thick, including this domed box crystal. Has a 20 millimeter lug width, which tapers down to 16. And it weighs 136 grams on the supplied bracelet with 3 links removed. The bezel is a ceramic 120 click unidirectional. The action's good, solid clicks, no back play. But it's kind of hard to get a grip, and it's pretty stiff. So sometimes you have to just kind of dig your fingernails into the coin edge. But I mean, it's not horrible. I guess it's better to be too stiff than too light, because you're never going to knock this out of place by accident. And then we have the dial. The dial is flat, no sunburst effect. And then we have the minute markers, and then it says Militado up top. And once again, this is one of the few Militados I've had that's actually signed. Most of them don't even have their name or logo. Then it says automatic 200 meters, 660 feet on the bottom. And then we have the applied lume indices, and they're white. They don't have gilt, unlike the other 2 colorways. And then we have the fence post minute and snowflake hour hand and the snowflake second hand. And there is no date on this watch, and there is a date option for the all black one with a date at the 6, but they did not have that option for the gray bezel. Plus, this is an NH35. That means there is a ghost date, and I checked, and sure enough, you can feel the date. Then we have an unsigned screw-down crown. The thread action's fine, and it pops nicely, but the crown is really, really thin. And so it kind of digs into your fingers. Then when you go to press it in, yeah, you can't get a very good grip on it. And I just wish it was a little bit thicker. But like I said, the thread action's fine. It's just really hard to grip because it's so thin. Then we have the crystal. The crystal is a box dome sapphire. I consider this to be boxed just because it sticks up enough. I don't know. Some people might argue about the definition of boxed. And we have to have AR coating because this one does a really good job of not reflecting. You can see through it just fine. And then we have the case. The case is wonderful. It's shaped just about perfect. Has nice brushing on the sides and tops. Has a polished chamfered edge. Really good case. And then we have the case back. The case back is a coin edge, and I forgot to see what size of tool you'll need. So let me check that real quick. You'll need a 29.5 millimeter tool to open this case back. And that's good because that's pretty standard. It comes with, I don't know if you have this kit here, but the biggest one they have in this kit is 29.5. And the case, underneath the case back is the NH35 movement. This is your go-to movement in automatic watches in this price range. It's a 24 joule, 3 hertz movement that hand winds hacks. It has a bidirectional rotor, and they're usually fairly accurate right off the shelf. And I don't know if Militado regulates them when they put them together or not, but let's take a look at it on the timegrapher. Here it is on the timegrapher, and as you can see, we have some really good accuracy. +3, 0, +2. So it's running very, very accurate, but look at that beat error though. 0.7 milliseconds, 0.8 milliseconds. That's why you see 2 lines on the screen. Plus the amplitude seems to be kind of low. But for accuracy's sake, it's running really good. The bracelet is a 3-link, and it has solid inverted end links. And then it has these rivets. Everybody calls these faux rivets, and I don't know if that's accurate or not. I don't know if they're fake or not. So how would I know? And actually, believe it or not, these are actually 5 links because these little edges here are actual articulating. When you, here, let me show you one of the links I took out. See, they're actually truly 5 links and not 3. Except for the links that connect to the clasp. They are 3 links. Then if you look at the screw pins, they are double-headed screw pins. So when you take them out to size this thing, you need 2 screwdrivers. And it can be quite awkward to do. It's not a pleasant experience to size this thing. I had the same difficulty with the similar Thorn. And I had to get out my magnifying glasses to do this because it's just was very difficult. But I was able to do it. I didn't have to take it to a watch guy. Although if you get this and have difficulty seeing and you might just want to take it to a watch guy. Then we have the clasp. As you can see, the clasp is oyster style. And I wish they would have done it Tudor style, but they didn't. And this little edge here doesn't articulate. And it gets really close to there's not a lot of gap there. So sometimes you have to get your fingernail underneath it to get it open. And then when it comes to the micro adjust, we have these inner slots here. This does not have the easy link system where you have to pull it out and you can get an extra couple millimeters of extension. So yeah, I wish they would have put a Tudor style clasp on this since it's a Tudor homage. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. That looks really nice. It wears really nice, wears nice and flat. I removed 3 links to fit on my wrist, so it's plenty long. So you should be able to wear this if you have 8 3/4, possibly 9. So yeah, plenty big. Here we are in the lume room, just wearing the watch for review purposes. I could tell that the watch had good lume, so I have a feeling that this test is going to have great results. As we speed up the time, we see the blue glow of BGW9, plus we have the added bonus of a fully lumed bezel. Unfortunately, they really didn't need bother with the lumed bezel as it is already gone, except for the lume pip. But the hands and markers are quite good and would be excellent if the hands and lume pip were as strong as the rather impressive indices, but still really good lume. What do I like about this watch? Well, it looks and wears nice, has a really good finish, has really good lume, and I like this sapphire crystal. I don't think it reflects a lot, so it must have some pretty good AR coating. And the bracelet's plenty long. It'll fit a big wrist. What are my gripes and groans? The date is only available in one colorway. It would have been nice if it was available for every colorway, because I just prefer a date. This crown's really thin and it digs into your fingers when you use it. The bezel lume is kind of a disappointment compared to how good the dial lume is. Why not have a Tudor style clasp? And these double-headed screw pins, yeah, they look really nice, but they're really hard to size. Do I recommend this watch? Sure, this watch is great. Once I got over the frustration of sizing it, I really enjoyed wearing this watch. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Militado ML06, and I will be back with another review. I will leave 2 links. I will leave a link to the Militado website, which is where I got this from. Plus, I will also leave an AliExpress link, since a lot of you will just want to purchase through AliExpress because that's what you're used to. And that AliExpress link is an affiliate link. But you buy it from wherever you want. Don't buy it from AliExpress just because you think you're doing me a solid by getting me a tiny commission. You do it. You buy it from where you think is the best place for you. Bye.